Good morning, everybody. It's Miss Kristen and Goose here, being a little lazy on this fine Saturday morning. And today, we are going to be teaching you about Pentecost. Pentecost is something you can find on your liturgical calendars. What's a liturgical calendar? Well, just like we have our regular everyday calendars to figure out if there's any important holidays, what day it is, what we should be doing, the liturgical calendar is the Christian calendar that tells us what is the importance of the day that we are on. So Pentecost comes after Easter. I don't know if any of you know your shapes well, but penta means 5, like a pentagon has 5 sides. And it is the 50th day after Easter. And on this day, this is when the Holy Spirit comes down and graces all of the disciples, right? So this is when everybody sees the truth about Jesus and him rising from the dead, and now the Holy Spirit comes back down. And we've talked about this in Sunday school. This is when the disciples and apostles, all the followers of Jesus, they're at a festival in Jerusalem called the Feast of Weeks. And this is when the Holy Spirit presents itself to them and shows them the truth about Jesus and tells them to go forth and tell everybody the story. And because so many people are around for this festival, the word of mouth, just that alone, spreading of Jesus, everybody is just amazed by the story and everybody hears about it. And everybody tells everybody else about it, and it is said that day 300 people alone became Christians. And that right there was the birth of Christianity, the birth of the church. And that is how it all started. Out of the end of Jesus' life started the beginning of Christianity. And of course, because all those people were coming from different places, all those people that had heard the story then went back to their homes and they told the story. And Christianity spread like wildfire. But the question is, how could they understand each other? Didn't these people coming from different places speak different languages? How did they all know what Jesus' followers were saying? I don't know if any of you remember, but we had done a lesson on the Temple of Babel. And if you don't remember, a quick refresher is people in the very, very early times of the Bible, people said, you know what, we don't really need to bless God, because if we build a temple big enough, we could actually just get up to heaven ourselves, and then we could just cut God right out of that scene. And so they started building and building and building. God saw them building the temple and was like, no. So God cursed the people building it, and they all were speaking different languages all of a sudden. None of them could communicate or understand what each other was saying, so they just gave up. So on the Pentecost day, when the Holy Spirit comes down, the curse of the Temple of Babel breaks, and people who are speaking different languages all of a sudden can understand each other. And because that curse was broken, everybody was able to share the story of Jesus and his amazing life. And they were able to go home and tell their people. And that's how it spread so quickly. And very soon, Christianity became the most popular religion in the world, and still is today. And so to celebrate Pentecost, we decorate our church with reds and yellows and oranges, and it's a time of passion, right? A fiery passion. So oftentimes fire is the symbol of Pentecost. So we're going to do some fun activities that have to do with the color red and fire. And we even have a guest star coming today, which will be really fun. So if you want to see more about how you can decorate your home to reflect the fun holiday of Pentecost, then stay tuned for a next video where we have a guest star. We might be doing a little origami. We might be setting some things on fire, which we don't advise others to do, but we'll just do it for demonstration purposes, and maybe have some other craft ideas in mind. So stay tuned for the next video coming up.